that I want you to hold on to. I'm going to tell you about a man who at 6 years old was molested. By 10 years old, he drank his first drink. He started his onset of addiction to drugs and alcohol. He was classified as severely depressed and bipolar. He spent the majority of his adulthood life in and out of prison. He had 5 felonies by the last time he left prison. When he left prison, he vowed that he would turn his life around. He spent 1 year placing application after application to get a job. No one would hire him. One person even said, I can't even hire you to push a broom in Georgia with this record. And he said one day, his spirit told him, if I want different results, I have to do something different.
All right.
If I want different results, I have to do something differently.
All right.
And he did something differently. He started looking at things and looking at internships and volunteering. He found Grady, and he called Grady and said, I want to volunteer. And they said, come on in. And they had him volunteer for 1 year, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Man had no income, had a girlfriend at home holding him down, and 9 to 5, Monday through Friday for 1 year volunteering. And he went in there professional with his business suit. He had his volunteer badge turned around so that no one can see he was a volunteer, and he projected himself as a successful businessman. And he learned all the skills that he needed to learn. And he acquired and networked with the people that he needed to network to get him to where he wanted to go.
All right.
And after 1 year, one of the employees came to him and said, excuse me, I don't want to get in your business, but are you rich? How are you volunteering for 1 year? Are you retired? What's your story? He said, no, actually, I applied, and no one would hire me. And so I said, let me just volunteer. She said, well, do you want to make money? He said, of course. She said, it's an opening. Go ahead and apply. And he went to apply. And as soon as his information came up, they said, sorry. And he was so discouraged because he just gave 1 entire year of volunteering his time and energy. And he proved success. And he was really despaired. And he went home and he was depressed and he didn't wash for a couple of days. And then he said, you know what? I'm not going to give up. I refuse to take no for an answer.
All right.
And so the official letter that he received that said why they could not hire him, he rebutted it. And not only did he forward it to the person that said they can't hire him, he forwarded it to her boss. And so when her boss got the letter, she forwarded it up to her boss. And this letter eventually went to the CEO of Grady Hospital. And the CEO of Grady Hospital was in communications and said, what's going on? Tell me his story. What was his track record for that year that he placed for volunteering? And so they called him in for a meeting and said, the CEO wants to meet with you. And he said, the CEO? He didn't know all this was going on, by the way. He sent that letter and went on being depressed. Okay? The CEO called him and said, I want to have a meeting. He said, you want to have a meeting with me? And they called him in. He said, tell me about yourself. Tell me about your plans. Tell me about your future. And the CEO shook his hand and said, you got the job. Someone gave me a chance after 15 years of recovery. You got the job. I cried when I heard his story. He sat in my office and he told me, and I cried. 3 things I want to give you guys today. If you remember nothing else that you learned today, 3 things, the 3 Ds. Decide. What do you want? You decide. What do you want? Make the decision. Be determined and daring. Be determined. Persevere. Don't let no one deny you. Don't let anyone tell you no. Create your own opportunities if you need to. And dare to be great. You was born with greatness. You were born with greatness. And the 3rd thing, do it. Just do it. Move. Massive action. Take massive action and never stop. Never stop until you get to where you want to be. Don't give up. And last but not least, I want to tell you about my story. I'm from New York City.
And the son, Jeffrey Adams,
And I came to Atlanta, Georgia 6 months ago with a one-way ticket, me and my daughter. Because New York City was not offering me what I know I needed for my future. I know I wanted to be successful. I had a vision, and I held on to that vision. And after 6 months, I have a radio show. I just signed a contract for my own television show. I'm doing life coaching, motivational speaker, inspiring the world. They're flying me into this state and this state. I have a mentorship for young girls ages 11 to 18 to stop them from being statistics. And I'm moving into my own home May 1st in 6 months. All praises to God. I'm telling you, all I had was a vision and a one-way ticket to Atlanta. It's possible.
All right.
I believe in you. We are here for you, and we're rooting for you. It's possible.
Yeah.
Thank you.